In 2018, the official search was called off. A private U.S. company, Ocean Infinity, continued but found nothing. The disappearance of MH370 changed aviation forever. New tracking systems were introduced to prevent planes from vanishing. Pilots were subject to stricter psychological screening. Families still push for a new search, believing answers remain deep in the Indian Ocean. Even today, MH370 remains one of aviation's greatest mysteries. Even with debris, the mystery remained unsolved. Why did MH370 turn west? Why was there no distress call? Who controlled the aircraft in its final hours? Despite spending hundreds of millions of dollars, the largest aviation search in history yielded no confirmed cause. For the families of the 239 souls, closure never came. In July 2015, hope emerged. A wing fragment flaperon washed up on Reunion Island near Africa. Tests confirmed it belonged to MH370. Over the next few years, more debris was found along the coasts of Mozambique, Madagascar, and Tanzania. Yet the cockpit, fuselage, and black box remained missing. With only small fragments, there was no clear answer to what happened in the final moments. With no debris in the expected crash area, experts turned to ocean drift analysis. The best lead came from underwater acoustic signals, suspected to be black box pings. But after months of searching, they led to nothing. In 2015, the official search team, Australia, Malaysia, and China, announced a massive deep-sea search, covering 46,000 square miles of the southern Indian Ocean. Years passed, still no plane. Prompt, show underwater search drones, sonar images, and the vastness of the ocean swallowing all evidence. With no wreckage and no signals, theories flooded the media. Mechanical failure. A sudden system failure could have caused decompression, leaving the crew unconscious. But why did the plane fly for hours? Hijacking. Did terrorists take over and divert it? Yet no group claimed responsibility. Pilot suicide. Did Captain Zahiri deliberately crash the plane? Some reports suggested he practiced a similar route on his home flight simulator. Military cover-up. Was the plane mistakenly shot down and evidence hidden? Each theory only deepened the mystery. News of MH370's disappearance spread rapidly. Family members of the passengers crowded Beijing Airport, desperate for answers. Initially, search efforts focused on the South China Sea, where the flight was last officially tracked. But as data revealed the plane had turned west, the search area shifted. Countries deployed ships, aircraft, and submarines, combing thousands of miles. Yet there was no trace. For nearly 6 more hours, MH370 was alive, but in complete radio silence. Satellite data later revealed that the plane sent 7 handshakes to satellites before vanishing for good. The final signal, sent at 8:19 a.m., suggested the plane had run out of fuel. With no distress signals, the question remained: who was flying the plane? As controllers scrambled to re-establish contact, military radar picked up an unbelievable movement. MH370 had turned west, heading back across Malaysia, away from its planned route. There was no distress call, no emergency signal, nothing. For the next hour, the aircraft flew unpredictably, making multiple course corrections before disappearing completely. It was as if someone inside had taken control. Was it a hijacking, a cockpit takeover, or a system failure? The mystery deepened. At 1:19 a.m., MH370 crossed into Vietnamese airspace. A routine call from Malaysian air traffic control came in. Malaysia 370, contact Ho Chi Minh on 120.9. Good night. Captain Zahiri responded with calmness. Good night, Malaysia 370. It would be the last known words from the cockpit. Minutes later, the plane's transponder responsible for sending location and altitude data, was switched off. MH370 vanished from radar. Vietnamese controllers tried reaching the aircraft, but there was no response. It was March 8, 2014. Passengers boarded Malaysia Airlines Flight MH370 at Kuala Lumpur International Airport, expecting an uneventful 6-hour journey to Beijing. The Boeing 777-200ER was in good condition, the crew was experienced, and everything seemed routine. At exactly 12:41 a.m., the aircraft lifted off the runway. The flight carried 227 passengers and 12 crew members, totaling 239 people. In the cockpit, Captain Zahiri Ahmed Shah and First Officer Farik Abdul Hamid guided the plane through the night sky. As the plane ascended, air traffic controllers watched their screens, monitoring its progress. But no one knew this would be the last time the world would see Flight MH370 on a normal flight path.